A Horrible Day by C.S.A. Turnbo. One of the oldest citizens of Pro-Tem, Taney County, Missouri, living at the present writing, is W.J. or Bill Adams, son of Benani and Elizabeth Sutherland Adams, and was born in Hickman County, Tennessee, May 16, 1838. Benani Adams, his father, was born in 1809, and his grandfather, Claiborne Adams, was born in Virginia. Benani Adams and his wife left the state of Tennessee and moved into Missouri and settled in Ripley County when Bill was 6 years old. In a few years afterward, his parents moved into Howell County, where in 1859, February 10th, Bill Adams and Mrs. Sarah E. Herron were married. Mr. Adams, by the request of the writer, furnished him with the sad details of the killing of his father and brother Edward in the month of January 1864. He said, "We were living 10 miles west of West Plains in Howell County, Missouri, and 2 miles northeast of Pottersville. Our farm was on Spring River that empties into the Big North Fork. One day in the month and year named, a party of mounted men charged up to my father's house, and seeing my father and my brother Edward in the road a short distance from the house, they galloped toward them and began firing at them. My father was struck 13 times, and he got 40 yards from the spot where they first shot him before he fell. Then he rose on his knees, and they shot him until he fell again and was dead. They shot Edward 3 times before he was dead. He was killed first. They lay dead 30 yards apart. Now, Edward was 2 years my senior. My wife and her sister, Mary Ann Herron, witnessed the death of both of them. It was a horrible day for our family, and it was a terrible sight for my wife and her sister to see my father and my brother so cruelly put to death in their presence. The 2 bodies received interment in the Spring Creek graveyard. They were buried in the same grave, but in separate coffins." Mr. Adams, continuing, said, "Besides myself and my brother Edward, there were 3 other brothers of us. Their names are Houston, Thomas Franklin, and Lafayette. I only had one sister, and her name was Mary Frances."